What is up, everyone? Jake here to bring you guys some more news, updates, theories, and analysis of Super Mario Odyssey. The Japanese Super Mario Odyssey Twitter account is consistently putting out new images and videos and details about the game, and one that recently came out seems like nothing at first, just an ornamentation on the Odyssey ship. But if we think about it and look at it more closely, this GIF of the globe on the Odyssey rotating through its 360 course shows us the entire world of Super Mario Odyssey, entire Earth that Mario is exploring with Cappy. And if we slow it down, we can see that it displays the entire world map, all of the kingdoms in their glory. So what I have done is slowed it down for you so you can see it a little bit, and then I have brought up my favorite map image again and compared it to the globe side by side so we can take a look at how they match up. If in fact the map was just one hemisphere like people were theorizing, and there could be another half to the world or not. Spoiler alert, it looks like it's the full map. But here we go, let's take a look at it. So side by side, we start off, this is the first still image that I took of the globe, and it's hard to see because there's a glare right where it should be, but this is the beginning where you can see the Cascade Kingdom and the Cap Kingdom, and then continuing into the major continent of that houses the Sand Kingdom and the Wooded Kingdom. So we have Tostarena right here appearing on this edge here. So the two islands lead into Tostarena and the Sand Kingdom. And this globe, just as a kind of preface, is a little bit flipped around compared to the drawn out flat map. Some of the continents seem to be rotated a little bit, but other than that, it pretty much matches up the same in terms of what land masses there are. So in the second still, we have almost looks like a bird, but this is the continent that houses the Wood Kingdom and the Sand Kingdom. So we can see here this bottom left-hand portion that kind of looks like a wing, I believe is the Wooded Kingdom, where on the left-hand map you can see there's those pine tree, evergreen tree looking protrusions, peninsulas out of the continent, and I think that's what the bottom left-hand corner is showing. The top right-hand corner is the yellow desert area of the Sand Kingdom, of Tostarena, of that area, and you can see the right-hand protrusion peninsulas of the sort of jagged nature of the Sand Kingdom. But then in the middle between these two, there's another separate landmass that juts up and to the left a little bit there above the Wood Kingdom wing-like structure. And this is shown on the map too, and I didn't know when I went through my map analysis before in a previous video if this was just part of the Sand Kingdom extended, but to me it looks like it's a separate area and separate kingdom. So this sort of peninsula in the middle of the left-hand flat map could in fact be another kingdom all to its own and have this island that looks almost like a rubber chicken be part of it too, and that could be a separate kingdom, but I'm not sure. Nobody said anything about it, but to me it looks like it's on this globe, it looks like it's enough of a separate peninsula, separate entity. It's not yellow like the desert, that it could be in fact a whole another kingdom. Moving on to the next still, we have the gap between the Wooded Kingdom and the Metro Kingdom with the area that looks kind of like the Yoshi head, and you can see here on the map there is that light blue section that houses the island that is what I talked about in a previous video, could be the beach island or the underwater island that has the underwater kingdom that has been teased with the new box art update and things like that. But it's definitely a significant portion of the map because it does kind of bridge the gap between those two massive continents, and it is on the globe. It looks like it has its place. It's about the same size, or if not bigger than, it's not bigger than the Cap Kingdom. It could be bigger than the Cascade Kingdom, or about the same size as the Cascade Kingdom. So I think for sure that is another kingdom all to its own, and I'm gonna put my chips on the fact that it's the underwater kingdom right there in between the two massive land pieces. Now moving on to the next still, we have what is the whole of the Metro Kingdom, and then kind of breaks into a thin land bridge, and you can't see it on this map or this picture right now on the globe side, but we'll branch into the Luncheon Kingdom, and you can see very nice and cool, that's a pun, because at the top of the globe there you can see this white section, and that is, I believe, the Ice Kingdom, the Frozen Kingdom, whatever it's going to end up being called. But on the map, it has snowflakes along the border, so it's definitely a frozen wonderland. And it is displayed on the map as its own island that's pretty big, so I'm guessing it's going to be a decent-sized kingdom in and of itself. And then below that, like I said, is the Metro Kingdom. But then below that is this another interesting landmass. It almost reminds me of like Australia on a actual Earth globe. But it's kind of pushed to the side on the flat map. You can see there's Mount Volbono drawn on the map, or a volcano-ish drawing on the map. And then it kind of has a very thin land bridge, again, even thinner land bridge to this another landmass on the very right-hand border of that map. And again, moving on to the next still, I think you can see it more clearly now that this landmass is again another kingdom, or possibly two kingdoms, so it does look like it has two separate pieces onto it. But that's a pretty sizable chunk of land for them to have on the globe and not have it be a kingdom. And we know there's got to be more kingdoms than what's been shown and displayed on the box art. So this could be another whole kingdom or two that are pretty big on the same scale of the Wooded Kingdom or Sand Kingdom or Metro Kingdom. And I will go into a couple theories about what it could be, because based on what we've seen and what Mario games tend to have in them, after I go through all of the stills to complete a full rotation of this globe of the Super Mario Odyssey world map. And here you can see the very strangely shaped Luncheon Kingdom that has like the pan shaped landmass on it on top of the mountain and some different elements like that. It's a very it's a thinner, more drawn out, kind of undulating, not undulating because it's not really topographical, but varying in degrees of wideness of land, kind of landmass. But you can see on the map on the left here, it kind of matches up, and again, you can see the part of the frozen ice kingdom at the top of the North Pole there of the globe as well. But the main focus of this still is that extra island landmass that could be one or two kingdoms right there. And then finally, the last still that I will show you to complete the globe rotation is this little island that is presumably the mushroom-shaped island. Probably not the Mushroom Kingdom because that's very small. Maybe it's just a portal to the Mushroom Kingdom. Maybe it's just a Toad Island. Maybe it's the starting place for Mario. Maybe it's his beach home, his vacation spot. I don't know. But it's definitely matching up with that mushroom-shaped island on the flat map. And again, in this big open ocean area where there's not much land. So I think that is going to give us the full picture, the full map of the world that Super Mario Odyssey is contained in, what Mario and Cappy are going to be exploring. Some of that is identified, some of that has been kind of theorized and not officially named, but analyzed in like the snow ice land. We know that's probably an icy land because of the shape of it and its border, and that now it's white and in the Arctic area. But there are a few land masses that we still don't know what they could be and if they could be their own kingdoms, and if they were, what would the kingdoms be. So here's 4 major ones that I have on my screen here that I think could be kingdoms. They have enough theme and meat of that theme and Mario characters that they could have their own kingdom. I think space, anything to do with space or Lumas or anything like that is out, because that was 2 whole Mario games, Mario Galaxy 1 and Mario Galaxy 2. We're all dedicated to outer space, so I don't think that's going to be something, because this is a Earth-focused or another dimension Earth-focused Super Mario game. But an underground one I think could be pretty cool. You can have mounting moles and stuff. I can just picture Mario in a like miner's outfit with a headlamp, exploring through some caves. There could be the bats that are in Mario games, things like that. And it could be, kind of like rocks and underground and mines and things like that. I think that would fit in well, and it reminds me of like the second Super Mario Bros. Level with that very nostalgic and identifiable music. They could bring that into the game. It could have some cool 8-bit areas. It could have I forget what they're called off the top of my head, but they're like the shell guys that don't have their head popped out. They're tucked in with the red eyes. I forget what they're called, but they crawl on the ceiling sometimes. You know what I'm talking about. You have those enemies there. So there's a wide variety of types of enemies that could be there, and you could throw Cappy at and take control over. And I think it'd be an interesting theme. Another one could be a sky and clouds. I know the Cascade Kingdom is kind of up in the clouds, it seems like. It seems like it's a island that has waterfalls and clouds and archaeological artifacts and things like that. But a dedicated cloud, sky, bird type kingdom could be very interesting, and it could happen, I think. I think another one could be a fortress, kind of more in the line with the Metro Kingdom in the sense that it's instead of based on an element like desert or lava like the Luncheon Kingdom or forest like the Wooded Kingdom, a fortress kingdom could be more man-made, like a Bowser's Castle feel kind of. It could have like bomb-bombs that you can control and blow up brick walls. It could have more bullet bills. It could have thwomps and womps, things like that, but a more structured, fortified, gray tones, gloomier type kingdom could be very cool and fit in with the Mario lore. I mean, Bowser always has Bowser's Castle. It doesn't have to be a specific Bowser's Castle kingdom, but it could be kind of a fortressy, medieval type kingdom, and I think that could be very cool as well. And then the last one is a classic Boo/haunted kingdom. That's kind of in every Mario game. There's always Boo levels, haunted houses. Even in Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, we have seen that there is an entire world dedicated to kind of that Halloween-y theme. So again, you could have Boos that you could take control over. I know you could kind of do that in Mario Galaxy with one of the power-ups, but you could have Boos you could take over. You could have the spiders that are creepy. There's a lot of enemies that could fit in here, and it could be both an indoor-outdoor world. You could have houses, haunted mansions that you could go into and explore and find moons in there, as well as have outdoor portions where it's in spooky dead woods or graveyards or things like that. So I think that could, again, be its own kingdom and has enough bulk to it and enough characters that fit into it that it could hold its own on par with the other kingdoms. Like I said, we've seen lava, we've seen sand, we've seen woods, we've seen human/city. So we've seen underwater one now. We've seen the waterfall, dinosaur, cascade kingdom. We've seen Cap Kingdom. So these are kind of just 4 that I thought of that could fit in with Mario very well. And so I don't become super redundant, I'm going to end the video here. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this world tour of the Super Mario Odyssey globe. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this and want to see more Super Mario Odyssey hype videos is what I'm trying to say, please leave a like and a comment down below what you think these unnamed land masses could be. And until next time, Switch Force out.